with Phrankleen. If you're watching me for the first time or watching this as a playback, thank you for stopping by. Um, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you like what I'm about, feel free to look through my playlist and give consideration to the subscribe button. All right. So welcome to Storytime. Storytime is basically a segment where people send me their stories, and if it's a trending topic and stuff like that, and I'll look into it. If it resonates with me, if it's something we can learn from, I convert it to a live stream session like this and make you anonymous, of course, or a pre-recorded content. All right. If you haven't, smash that subscribe button, select the bell button, and select the all option so you're notified when I'm online like this or when I've uploaded a pre-recorded content. What's going on, people? Hey, Juanita. Yeah. What's up, Larry? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. So, David from Ikorodu, Lagos. What's going on, brother? I'm fine, Piper. Isla, what's up? Right, so before we crack on, thank you to those of you that have already paid me for IFA divination. Okay, work is underway, so I've referred your this is a live stream, on the focus topic, of course. For those of you that have paid for IFA divination within the last couple of days via Cash App and PayPal and all that. So I've referred your work, okay? So within the next few days, you should hear back from me. If you're interested in IFA divination, 2 questions on your mind about your life, it could be about your spouse, whatever that you like to look into, send me an email. I'll send you the relevant details. My email address is in the description below. Olaniyan, I'll respond to you, okay? So, and then I'll tell you how to make your payment. You're not obligated to do anything, but it's just for people that are interested in. I've had I think about 7 or 8 people so far that have paid and sent me their details, and work is ongoing on your divination and everything is fully confidential. So if that's something you're interested in, look in the description below for my contact details. So before we crack on, this episode is sponsored by Adron Homes and Properties. So I've got a partnership with them. It's been ongoing for a while. It's a fantastic real estate company in Nigeria. Some of you have already bought lands through me from Adron Homes, and some of you are contemplating on even starting your building projects, which I would love to manage for you if I am the worthy candidate. Now, for you who are hearing this or you're thinking about owning lands in Nigeria, the best thing about buying lands from Adron Homes is you can buy outrightly, and you can pay in installments. Right now, as I speak, they've got fantastic Easter offers going on, which I think you should jump on. All right. Massive reductions going on, and it's absolutely amazing. Just bang me an email to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. The same email for IFA, whatever. It's in the description. Just say, Phrankleen, can I have the application pack for Adron Homes, please? Now, if you've already sent me an email, I will get back to you most definitely before the end of this week. All right. I'm inundated with tons of emails and I try my best. All right, people. Somebody said it's the IFA book. Some of you have also paid for the IFA book. Gosh, there's a lot going on. And I posted it to some of you. The IFA book is in both Yoruba and English translation. So if you're interested in the IFA book, send me an email as well. I'll tell you how much it is and I'll bang it out to you. Okay? So yeah, let's crack on. So this story, right? It's a very, very interesting one. How my mother, sorry, I've got my laptop here, so I'm going to read it out to you. How my mother hijacked and spent my £40,000 pension contribution. As a young brother that watches my channel, this one, I've never dealt with any story like this before. As they say in Yoruba, kayefi lele. It's quite shocking. But I also believe that there is lesson in there for us to learn, if that makes sense. So here we go. I'm going to read it out to you, so follow me. If you can hear me, you can see me, please smash the like button. Do you have WhatsApp telephone number? No, I don't. Just send me an email and I'll answer all of your questions. If I need to speak to you, then we can arrange that. Just send me an email, man. My email address is in the description below. The video description, you find my email address. Right. Hi, Phrankleen. I hope you are well and taking care of yourself. Of course. So let me cut away from all the pleasantries. I am a 22-year-old young man from East London who recently graduated from university, last year. And there is a situation concerning me and my family, in particular, my mom, which has been bothering me for a while now. But it seems that no one seems to fully understand how deep it is for me. Where's my glasses? My glasses is in front of me here. My father died when I was 7-year-old in 2007. And since then, life has been hard at times, especially growing up in a society which glorifies a lot of unconventional ways to gain masculinity, e.g., gangbanging, selling drugs, fraud, etc. But for the most part, I've been focused on bettering myself and my family to overcome the hardship we faced when I grew up. Fast forward to last May, that's May of 2021, said, my sister notified me of a letter sent by NHS Pensions. For those of you who are not based in the UK, NHS is the National Health Services that control, the public sector side of the health services across the UK. So this letter came from their pensions department. And it says, the letter was sent by NHS Pensions that I was given over £3,000 for the year as the end of tax year ended, over £3,000. He said, what I then discovered was that this was a monthly payment pension scheme in my name, which was given to me since my father passed away in 2007, which I had no idea about whatsoever. And the funds were being given to my mother all this time. So the money, because I guess, since 2007, was a young child. So mother, of course, being the guardian, being his mom, the money was paid to her as a recipient on his behalf. Do you understand? So these in total would accumulate to over £40,000 of my own pension that was being sent straight to my mother. Now, he said, however, I said we were pretty much settled in our lives when I was in sixth form, which was around 16 to 17 years of age, and had a permanent home, which wasn't too expensive. But even still, you could argue, she needed money as I was still in her care, which, yeah. But I left home for university in 2018, and I believe then she must have notified me. She should have notified me of this money, which belongs to me, of course, and let me have it, because in this same year that I went to uni, she got married to my current stepfather, and my older sister was now working full-time and contributing to the rent, which is now mortgage. This is not to mention the fact that NHS Pensions alerted me that my mother also has her own pension, her personal pension, which is double the amount of money I received, which equates to over £7,000 a year, and she will continue to receive this until the day she dies. My pension was cut only a month after I found out about it because I was at the end of my time at university and it does not continue after the child leaves education. Yeah. I was able to receive the very monthly payment of £275 after 14 years of those being sent to my mom's account without me knowing. Said 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 I would have never known these existed, and she would have lived life as if this is normal. I've confronted her multiple times about this, but she has continued to attempt to emotionally blackmail and gaslight me into thinking what she did was right, giving loads of different excuses as to what she used the money on: houses in Ghana, paying for rent here in the UK. Oh wow, houses in Ghana. When she has been married for almost 3 years now and did not need the money. My sister and other family members have told me to leave the situation and let it be, but I cannot let it go because she refuses to acknowledge her wrongdoing, let alone even apologizing for what she has done. With everything that's happening with the cost of living crisis and me struggling to fund my own dreams adequately, it angers me knowing that I could have been in a much better position post university than I am right now. Absolutely. So, bro, what do? I am Ghanaian by the way, West Africa, rise up. Much love. That's the story. So, for those that are just joining us, I'll give you a quick recap. So, this young brother, when he was a youngin back in 2007, sorry, lost his father, unfortunately. And so the father did very well, had pension contributions via the NHS, and about 3,000 pounds per year or something. And I was going through his mom on his behalf, bearing in mind that he was a young boy at the time. Now, he then discovered in recent times that thankfully that a letter came in the post that exposed the fact that the mother had blown through over £40,000 in pension contributions that would have rightfully gone to this young brother, right? And he had done everything to confront his mom. You know, post university, he's broke, he's struggling, trying to find his feet, which is understandable, right? Somebody said that's not his money. How do you know? How do you know it's not his money? Come on, man. What do you mean that's not his money? It's a survival benefit given to the mom to help take care of the kids. I'm in the US. I lost my husband when my kid were 2 and 3. I get pensions for the kids. No, I disagree. I disagree. That's not what the story says. All right. So that's the US. This one, his father put the arrangement in place. His father, okay, said the money should go to him. Please, let's not hijack and say, oh, a survivor of money. Look, it's bad enough that you've lost your loved one, okay? Now, if regardless of how we try to paint it, and this is where emotional blackmail and all this toxic mentality comes into it, if a set amount of money was meant to go to child A or child B or both children or 3 children and stuff, that money belongs to the child. Because if you listen carefully from the story, just towards the end of his uni and stuff, he personally received some of the final payments. So those contributions were to last during the period of the child going to school. So because he's done with uni now, that contribution, the money he was receiving, she was receiving on his behalf, and the last one that he received had to come to an end. And if you look at for the period that the mother received that money, it's over £40,000. So if that money was rightfully set aside for him, and this is what I say about the very toxic and deadly culture that we have, unfortunately, in the Black community. Now, I'm not suggesting that this type of behavior is unique to us, but it's these extortions, these dubious ways of living where people actually use their children as springboards. You know, we think selfishly about now, and you don't think about the future. And then, you know, people are, no, it's not a survival benefit. People are now advising him that, oh, yeah, you know, leave it and let it go. She even had the audacity to say to him, oh, I spent the money on houses in Ghana, and then saying, oh, paying rent and other frivolous stuff. And this is where the whole emotional blackmail, elders and other siblings will say, oh, let it go. Knowing me, knowing the type of person I am, I wouldn't let it go, man. You're going to sell the house in Ghana. The house that you bought in Ghana, in Africa, you're going to sell it. And I'm going to claw back my £40,000. Do you understand? Because I think it's absolutely unfair. And to think the same woman has her own personal pension of about £7,000 per year, which is like double of the £3,000 that the boy was receiving. Somebody said she could have at least put half away for him. I know a Sudanese woman in the United States that was going to be jailed for stealing her son's money if she didn't pay back in full. Exactly. I know a family in the UK, white. The mom forged papers and spent her kid's inheritance from the grandparent. It's caused big issues as we speak. Thank you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I would say to claw back the money. I would say claw back the money. It breaks my heart. Even here in the UK, I've said this before for those who have been watching me for a minute. It's a major problem in the Black community. That for starters, we don't have a culture of passing on wealth, particularly for the next generation, our children. It's the same culture goes into those that manage to set up like a grocery store or any type of business. They don't build a structure. Most don't build a structure of thinking of generational wealth. That's why even within the Black community, you might know a particular restaurant, a particular food seller. Oh, this woman sells Nigerian food. The day she dies, that's the end. It's like or he dies, the business dies with them. They run it in such a way that they just leave off it. They don't think. Very few of us, very, very few, the number is quite minute, have that well-shaped mindset of, okay, I've got to build generational wealth. I've got to do better, even if my parents didn't do for me. You understand? It's disgraceful. Even with state funds. Say, for example, parents will get child tax credits, child benefits. They are for your children. It's prevalent with people diverting this money to themselves, for themselves. I cannot begin to imagine being, the father should have put measures, put better measures in place if it was left to the children. The kids have money in trust and they touch it until 18, if in college. But you see, I get it. We're saying that now, but it's sad. Sometimes spouses, you're both adults who brought those children to existence. And sometimes you've spent a bulk of your life with that person. You believe that, this is their mother. There's trust and love involved, all intertwined, and you believe, even if you're on your deathbed, that she will look after those kids. And I agree that stringent measures should be put in place. But you know, this woman was so callous that if that young man didn't receive a letter in the post that exposed his mother's actions, you know, she would have carried on with the concealment fraud and absolutely conceal the whole thing from him and just rob him of having that lump sum. And maybe you don't understand the gravity of what I'm saying here. If a parent did well for a child, and by the time they've come out of university, they're going into adult life and all that. Just imagine you have a lump sum of about £40,000 as a bit of a springboard to propel you into adulthood. Provided you're disciplined with the money, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a major help from your parents that will definitely help the future of that child. But we have these issues in the Black community where this parents, this is exactly the same thing when I talk about these evil and toxic mentality from a lot of Black parents, where they want to use their children as a means to enrich themselves. They don't have the mindset of paying it forward. Even if it's not for your children directly, maybe your grandchildren, the mentality of paying it forward is almost non-existent in our community. And these ensures the cycle of poverty. Behaviors like this, they tend to absolutely destroy family relationships. They just break people emotionally and leave a bad blood in there. Because let me tell you, man, like I was saying earlier, if I got to find out that I'm eligible for the sum of 40,000 Great Britain pounds sterling, and a parent of mine blew through that money and then put effort. Somebody said, but remember, £40,000 is not that much. It's not, bro, man, please don't get on my nerves. Okay? £40,000 is a lot of money. All right? That's a very reckless comment. £40,000. In fact, £40,000, huge amount of money. All right? I don't care who you are. Maybe you're a bit of a snob because of what you have in your bank balance. There are plenty of people that go through adult life. Even some of them, when they become pensioners, the bones are brittle and they're tired. Some people don't even have £10,000 in savings. What do you mean £40,000 is not a lot of money? I don't know how some of you look at life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that guy saying £40,000 is not a lot of money? £40,000 is a lot of money. Because you know why? Whilst there is a small percentage of people that might even have a lot more than that, in the wider context of the society, most people don't have that. They can only dream. Even if you're saying goodbye to the West, you're going to Africa and you manage to have 40 grand in your savings, it's a whole lot of bread. When I say it's life transforming, of course, it's life transforming. I'm not saying you wake up tomorrow morning and then you become a multi-millionaire, but you listen, I know the blood and sweat it takes to say what. Yeah, most people don't even have £1,000 in their savings. Goddamn right. Average American savings is $1,000. Bro, I don't know, maybe he's trolling. And again, when black folks talk like that, it's usually those ones. There are some of them that, I don't know, maybe they've sold one property they bought years ago, or they've come into some money, so they become snobs and they think they're better than everyone else. I hear you, man. 40K is not money. If you take 40,000 pounds with you to motherland Africa, you'll become a god if you know what you're doing. Yeah, of course. 40K is enough to leverage and buy 4 3-bedrooms, 2-bathroom homes in Durham, UK, earning 6K via Airbnb. Thank you, my brother, man. Adalon. Maybe the person saying that don't even have 500 pounds. Of course, in Naira is about 30 million Naira. Saying it is nothing means, so I'll accept the attitude of this wicked. Exactly. Parents should never do this, but they do. It's bad. You see, thank you. 40K Egbami, it's more than a lot of money. An average British citizen don't have 1,000 pounds in their savings. Of course. Do you know? Maybe it's 4 or 9. Do you know? Do you know what's funny? I've said this before in a previous live stream. The governmental data here in the UK, in the black community, the most that people leave in like inheritance, it's like £1. Did you hear what I said? £1. So the long and short of that data is black people don't pass on wealth. Now, there are earning disparities and all that, glass ceiling, whatever, in the wider context of the society. But in terms of financial behavioral pattern, we don't pass on wealth. And what that does is it ensures that the generation after you remain trapped in the cycle of poverty. I remember, I've said this before years ago, a couple of years ago. I remember when I was at university, when I was in uni, some years back, and there was this girl, her name was Anna Bedford, a young English girl. She was way younger than me. Where I think we were in the first or second year of uni at the time. This was years ago. And there's a place not far from my university at the time, just like a walking distance. And she took us down. And she said, "Oh, it was one of us had a birthday party, so went to Pizza Hut to have pizza and and Coca-Cola and stuff. And then after eating, and we came out of the Pizza Hut, and then she took us just about 2 streets away. She took us 2 streets away. I remember vividly, and then she showed us this lovely Victorian home. Right, it's got 2 levels to it. And then I was like, oh, okay. So what are we doing here? We're in the middle of the street. It was about 6 of us. And she was like, this is my house. So I thought, I said, oh, you live here? She goes, no. I said, my grandfather bought it in my name. My grandfather bought it in my name when I was a 3-year-old. And it's going to get officially passed across to me when I graduate from university. And I would never forget that day. And I was like, wow. Imagine our Takpata Didi. I was marveled. I was blown away. I said, wait, your granddad. So what they did was they converted that to a rental. Let me see. I'm interested in knowing the importance of telling this story. Sorry if I missed it already. I just joined. You're going to have to watch a playback, man. Do you understand? And they converted the property to, it's a multi-room, rental unit. It's an old Victorian building. So the point I'm making is, she said after graduating from uni, it will get officially handed to her. So all the revenues from the rent that's accumulated for years has been going into a special bank account for her. So just imagine you're at the starting line with that sort of person in life. They have a massive jump start way ahead of you. And don't tell me that doesn't make a vast amount of difference in life. So that lady, more than likely, as she grows up, maybe she might get married and have her own kids. The same mentality, they will pass it on. And that's how they keep the wealth going whilst we are busy casting out the spirit of poverty. One of my pet peeves, we're busy praying against poverty and casting out demons and all that. Have you considered doing some videos on accumulating black wealth in the West? I hear finance videos do well and the algorithm well paid as well. I like, thank you, Victor. Yeah, accumulating black wealth. It's a very good point. It's one of the things I actually love, topics, but I am looking for black folks. There's something I look for in people. I'm looking for black folks who are not just looking for a platform to come and try to sugarcoat and there are people that can talk to you for an hour and they say nothing. There's a lot of selfishness that goes on in our community. And trust me, behind the scenes, I make a lot of effort. It's very hard to find people that have a thought process the way I do. People are very dubious. People are very selfish. It doesn't matter. Some people, yeah, they might have 20 properties in their portfolio as we speak. Come and tell us. Come and share with your people that look like you, how to do it. Even if it's just a few nuggets. And if you give them time on your platform, they're just basically trying to look for exposure for their own social media platform without giving anything away. Do you get? So if there's somebody watching, right, I don't mind. I can do live stream every day if I find black folks that want to share substance. Even if you're into a professional path, you're a business analyst, you're a project manager, how to become a project manager, how to become a business analyst. I need legitimate people. I don't want any a-hole, if you get what I'm saying, that will come and waste my time and start dancing around and then banging out grammatical terms, and because people are very selfish and I can't do anything about it. So I'd rather not bring them. But like Victor said, if it's about, okay, if you have X amount of money saved, did you know that you can do this? You can get yourself a property. You can have this investment. This is how to do this within the banking system. Because information is power. You dig? Me, I don't mind. I will bring you a truckload of information if I have it. Even if you have to pay some money for like a training, it better be you're getting value for money, not just being bamboozled with nonsense and then you peel it back and then there is nothing to see. Do you understand? So, yeah. If you have helpful information in terms of finance, building money in the West and all that, bang me an email, man. I've been sending money to my parents since I got my after-school job at 16. I just feel like cash cow to them now. I'm a pharmacist and they feel like I'm where I am because of them. Emotional blackmail. I like that. Let me respond to that. Dark continent's child. You see, this is one of my favorite things. I've said this 1,000,001 times. The point is not, we're not clamoring for, the number of people that can abandon people and stuff. What's very common in our community is, especially if you're in the diaspora, and then they have you on the lockdown emotionally and mentally, and then all you're doing every month, every fortnight is, banging out money at your own detriment. Sometimes some people even have children, you have your own family, and you deprive your own children of simple trips to the McDonald's, having nice trainers, having a good life, having good meal on the table, because you're playing God. You have got to say no. Take care of yourself first. Get your finance in order. If you want to build a house, you want to buy parcel of land, save up, buy your freaking lands. Say no to those people. Divert your funds. Build your portfolio. Look after you first before you throw your money at anyone that you deem fit. That's all I'm banging on about. We're a group that passes on poverty. Our orientation about things is so backward. Thank you. In North America here, the average white baby born is already 75% ahead of the black. That's exactly what I'm saying. If somebody is well disciplined and you have about 40,000 pounds of a springboard into adulthood, provided you already have the at least the rudimentary understanding of finance and all that, you'll be fine, man. What do you rather do with $50,000, invest in the West, or would you rather move the funds back to Africa? Very good point. It's subjective. It's subjective. For somebody who is attuned to relocating to the motherland, if you know what you're doing, you've carried out your investigation and all that stuff, there are plenty of things you can do with $50,000 in Africa, provided you are at the forefront of affairs. Also, if you know what you're doing in the West and you're very strategic with your money, you can also get things done. Black folks should learn and adapt to the principles of delayed gratification. You see, I've lived with them since I was 8 years old. You see, blacks have lost all perception of independent thought and have little to no financial literacy. We have to pray and pray for economic freedom, which is so wrong. Of course, the problem is, thank you for saying that. The problem is, these things have got to be put in our minds when you're going through your formative years. Like when I was a young lad, a young boy, you're going through what's it called? You're going through your formative years, early teenage years before you get to 18. There are certain things that once they've been engraved on your mind mentally, it's become part of you. You grow with it. Sadly, if you don't have it, so that's exactly what the problem is. Because it's a vicious cycle. Most black folks, you come from households where, just think about it, man. You travel as a youngin, you go to the West, your parents are saying, gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, look at your siblings. Some of you have to become parents, taking care of both young and older siblings. They've normalized this toxicity that, oh, you must, it's your responsibility. I've heard so many in our community, like in Nigeria, plenty of stories where I know a young man who lived in the UK for about 7 years before he could sort his immigration status and all that. He was starting to save money. And then he went home after getting his papers. And he told his father, Dad, you know that land that I bought, I'd like to start building, a bungalow and stuff. And the dad said, how dare you? You must build ours first. They dragged him through the mud, figuratively speaking, right? They reduced him to a doormat. How dare you? You're going to build a house before your own father? so that what? You can feel like your father is a slave. It's the biggest con ever. As much as I would love for my father to have a house, if that was to own a property, if that was the case. So I work hard, break my back, night and day, through the rain, through the sunshine, through the snow, going through daily microaggression and all the stress, commuting back and forth. And I decide to build a house. And then you're going to reduce me to, oh, how dare you build a house? And I can assure you, there are plenty of people that will fall for that. They will build the home and the first property, and they'll put it in the parent's name. There was a story about 2 years ago that I did on my channel. I've forgotten the title of the live stream. There was a brother. He had no papers here in the UK. He struggled. He was surviving on someone else's identity, if you understand what I'm saying. And then he did try. He was sending a truckload of money home, helped me buy land, and then he bought the land in his mother's name. The property in his mother's name. He built, and then 4 months after the completion of the bungalow, right? It was a 4-bedroom bungalow, I believe, and it had like a 2-bedroom BQ at the back, right? A smaller one. Unfortunately, 4 months after completion, painting, everything sorted, he was on the train somewhere in the UK here, and the UK immigration were doing their normal undercover patrol where they're dressed in plain clothes. They happened to stop him. He was sleeping and they kind of tapped on him. Just random check at London Bridge, he said. The long and short, they uncovered the fact that he had been in the system illegally and he got deported in less than 14 days. He was removed from the UK back to Nigeria. Telephoned his family. Yeah, they came to pick him at the airport. They came over to pick him, right? And then he went home. So he was asking his parents. He realized that even the BQ was packed. Siblings, one of the siblings already got a girl pregnant. They were leaving. The whole house was packed full. So the first night he got home, he had to sleep in the living room. So when they woke up in the morning, he called the mom and dad like, hey, yo, okay, I know I just arrived, but can you clear the BQ so I can at least have that to myself? I don't mind you guys being there. And they said, no. Did you hear what I said? He kicked off. He fought back. Like, wait, what? This and this and this. And he got jumped by his siblings. And he got thrown out of the house. Now, there's a lot of emotion flying. He tried to fight back. But legally, he had no legs to stand on. Thank you, Amani. So people around said, hey, calm down. Did you buy this land in your mom's name? Yeah, but at the time it was no. Forget the stories. Did you buy this land? Did you build this? Even the architectural design was in your mother's name. Yeah, it was because, I didn't have a... No, cut the story. Did you, or are you suggesting that they... Oh, yeah, I did. And he said in the email that they recorded him saying all this. And that was the end. He was slapped in the face by reality. And that was the end. He suffered for like the next 3 to 4 years. He was reduced to nothing. They kicked him out. Did you hear what I said? And I can assure you, there are plenty of people in our society, in our community, sorry. If you tell them that, hey man, why are you building this property in your mom's name? They will, oh look, don't tell me what to do. My mom, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. This is why I'm the voice of reasoning on this platform. Like, get your shit together, man, God damn it. Whilst I enjoy doing these shows, man, I have a truckload of stories. Some stories are they're so deep that I don't even know how to approach it. We come from a society where a lot of us, most of us, get conditioned láti kékeré from when we were kids. It's the same thing with religiosity. You see, let me give you an example. And I know, like, especially Nigerians are watching this. For somebody like me, I'm very vocal about my practice of Ifa. Do you know what's interesting? All this about Phrankleen practicing Ifa. I'm a proud practitioner of Ifa. The only thing that's unique to me is I am brazen. I'm open about it. You goddamn right. Like, if I find myself anywhere in a room packed full of people, oh, my brother, God bless you. The moment they start saying the book of Ephesians, I cut them short faster than the speed of light. Like, I'm not a Christian. Oh, are you a Muslim? No, I'm not. Oh, you're an atheist? No, I'm not. So what do you practice? They're already judging me. Like, this guy is probably demonic. And I say, I'm a proud practitioner of Ifa. I'm fully initiated to that order. Oh, Ifa, this guy is fetish. But you know what's interesting? They are liars. They are hypocrites. If there was Olympics for hypocrisy, Nigerians would clear the medal table. Most of the people that you see, the front about, oh, Jesus, Allah, meh. A lot of them have Ifa priest, Babalawus, about 2 or 3 on their speed dial. I tell you that much. But because of the societal conditioning, that I've got to live a life of lie, a life of hypocrisy and pretend. I'm supposed to be at the forefront of the bench of a church, and normally, like the normal societal conditioning where I grew up from. I'm a Yoruba man. Oh, church, I should be in church. I should be like Brother Phrankleen on a Sunday going to church. God bless you. It as well. Amen, amen. Blessings and glory. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. I'll see you next Sunday. And then when I get behind closed doors in my room, Oromila, Baba, mi agbomile, Ogunlakaye o. And then when you go back into the high street, God bless you. Give Jehovah the praise. I should be going to church programs. I cannot lead that life. There are so many. Sometimes I find myself in gatherings where especially the older generation, they want to prove a point. They want me to know that, and I say that's fantastic. But why are you hiding it? I met an older gentleman recently. He's in his early 60s. And he was trying so hard to say, I like the fact that you are very confident, but you're not meant to. I said, no, stop right there. It's not even your place to dictate or tell me how to live my life as an adult. I said, does my practice of Ifa infringe on your fundamental human right? He said, no. Do I pose a threat to you? Oh, he said, no, definitely not. I said, so why do you think it's okay to try to condition me on how to think or how to live my life? There are plenty of people in here, they prefer to be called evangelist, Dr. Mrs., Mother in Israel, bloody, bloody, blah, bloody, bloody, blah, apostle, doctor, evangelist, deacon, nonsense. Last year, interestingly, when I was going through the final phase of my ITEFA, I remember on the final day, there was this, I've said this before, there was this allergy. Two of them, they came in. They brought details of people from their, this imam, of people from their mosques and stuff to my Oluwo, my Ifa priest. And I sat there like this, like, wow. They had names of people that had come to them for consultation. They will bring the matters to the Ifa priest. There were two Reverend Father. Thank you, Collins. There were two Reverend Fathers. One of them had a collar. So he came in, he wasn't expecting to find me. So he was shocked. He felt so uncomfortable because I sat there. I didn't greet him. I was dressed up, you know, he was looking at me and he was trying. My Oluwo said, I didn't ask you to come today because I'm dealing with this young man. We're completing his Ifa initiation, you know, his Itefa. So he was like, I want your team baby, want woman to loyun yen, he had the names of people. They will come to the Ifa priest for consult. You think they don't know about the potency? The point I'm trying to make is we enjoy living a lie. We're very pretentious. We're very hypocritical. So everybody grows up with that conditioning. So when you are different, you are a non-conformist, they look at you different, like, huh? Who is this guy? How dare you think outside the box? How dare you have this type of mindset? Yoruba people don't really live Ifa. They just practice it through their new foreign religion of Christianity and Islam. I'm telling you, man. They know the potency of it. So the difference, I'm like a new breed. Me, I don't care about opinions, man. I live my truth. Why should I hide it? And I understand, particularly the Nigerian society, in most places, do you know, some people, you might want to get into some places to have meetings with people. Some people would try to remove themselves away from you because they would try to label you as, this guy doesn't go to church. Oh, this guy is into juju. What's juju? What does that mean? The same people that will have a lot of things to say about you behind closed doors, they have Ifa priests on their speed dial. Do you understand? So that's the point I'm trying to make. We have a long way to go. We have a long freaking way to go, man. Right, some said I'm a Christian, but I love your videos. Hey, man. Be all the Christian you want to be, bro. I love you too, man. Thank you for supporting my channel. You understand? So, the mentality, we don't have the mindset. The other day, I remember this. Before I traveled to Nigeria in February, I met this guy on the high street. He's an older gentleman. He has two daughters in university, and he challenged me specifically. He said, oh, Phrankleen, I've seen your videos, and I could see his body language. And it was like, so why is it that you're always telling people not to take care of their parents? I said, no, I've never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I am saying they've got to say no to take care of themselves and break the cycle of emotional blackmail and emotional conditioning. And he was like, so if I um, if I grow old, so it's a crime for me to ask my children for specific amount every month. So I replied him cleverly. I said, well, it's up to them how they want to deal with it. But let's address this. Whilst your bones are still strong, why don't you get your finances in order? And he couldn't reply. So you know what I did? I said, have a nice day, sir. It's been a pleasure talking to you. So I just walked off. Some of these people, they want to wade through the waters of life, particularly being financially reckless. They don't want you to tell them. Most African parents, if you sit with them as their children and you're telling them about, Dad, do you have a life insurance? Especially the religious nut jobs, they will instantaneously flip it back to you as you are already contemplating or you want them dead so that you can cash out. Do you see the mindset? But the same people, when they die, they want you to adopt the financial responsibility of executing an elaborate burial ceremony where you spend millions of naira to put their bodies in the ground. Those greedy parents watch your videos, you piss them off. Of course I do. Most horrible crimes on this planet are committed behind religion. Even white people do their Ifa, go to YouTube. Of course, man. Smash the like button. If you can hear, you can see me. Please smash that like button, man. It breaks my heart, man. All the time, man. It breaks my heart when I look at people when we're very reckless with finance. It just breaks my heart. Some of these parents, they live through the best parts of their heydays, partying, buying gold, GL, 24 karat gold earrings. Some of you are even watching me now. No savings. They wouldn't pay £10 a month for life insurance or even £20. No, it's too much. Oh, I've got these GL, this set of 24 karat. Oh, this one is from Turkey. Oh, that one is from Dubai. Pointless bags and shoes. Then arthritis kicks in, diabetes, the bones become brittle, and then they transfer the whole pressure on the children. Most people don't know what's going on in life. You have people that borrow and invest, that's in Nigeria and other places. $10 would net you $700 for doing nothing. Avery, thank you. My mother was working and got sick. We, as her children, requested she retire because of her health and is currently taking care of her. We are responsible for her. This was our choice. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You understand? There's nothing wrong with that. We're not preaching abandonment. There is nothing wrong. It'll be nice in the evening part of your life, if, especially if there is health issues and all that, and your children can rally around you and be there for you. It's amazing. But the terrible culture that we have, and this is what I'm trying to say for the young adults. So a lot of people grew up in homes where parents don't say nothing to you about finance. And then you're faced with adult life. You start to figure out as you go through life. You even struggle to process the basic stuff because you're not used to them. They're alien. You make ugly choices with credit cards and loans and stuff. It takes you years to pay them off, to balance. It's very hard. Before you know, you're slipping into the evening part of your life. Now, real estate cost in the West, the cost is downgrade. Many pastors are getting powers from traditional worshippers in Nigeria, and African countries. Of course. Most people don't know what's going on in life. Yeah, I've read that. 10 in Nigeria and other places, $10 million nets you 700K for doing nothing. That's right. So that guy, if it was me, I would go after that woman. I will. Some people will advise you and say, oh, let it slide. And that's the thing. Another problem is lack of accountability in our communities. And they'll say, oh, let it slide. But for long, leave it alone. I won't. If we come to an agreement and say she gives me like 20K and maybe she's paying the rest in installments, you know, that sort of thing, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. But if you want to play the stubborn goat type of card, oh yeah, I'm not going to pay this back because yeah, I would take that money. £40,000. It's a lot of bread, man. Mr. Phrankleen, I'm glad you said this. Most pastors go to native doctors for charms. In Anambra, I know most of them. I have evidence. Fair enough. You don't have to borrow 10 million. You can borrow whatever you're capable of doing. Forgiveness is the key. It will only cause more harm. Isaac, you know what? The issue of forgiveness, again, respectfully, in line with what you said, is subjective. Okay? And I know we are all different. The way I would react to something would totally different from how Isaac might tend to react, and someone else, and then someone else. But again, it's part of the conditioning. All these let go, let God, forgive. Bro, I don't have to go crazy. I just want the money. Do you understand? If I put a rack of £40,000 in front of you and I put forgiveness, would you take forgiveness and abandon that 40 grand? I don't think so. Some people do not deserve forgiveness. I think we should forgive ourselves for not knowing better. Thank you, Victor. Here in the US, it's prevalent that parents use their children's names for cable bills, electric. That's right, Lulu. By the time they reach 18 years old, they find out they are in debt. It's very bad. Think about that, man. These parents would use, if you know, they would use the personal details of their children from when they were young. Come on, man. It's the height of evilness. They would destroy your credit rating. They would selfishly. You see, let me close on this. This is my area. In our community, let me narrow it down, like in Nigerian society. Say, for example, I'm a diasporan, yeah? I have a land back home. Somebody hijacks my land unscrupulously. They take my land, they sell it, or family did this and they did that. Now, even for the most religious, when you want, because it's natural, it's the order of things that somebody wrongly takes your stuff that you worked for, you would normally want to claw it back. You want it back. But in the process of back and forth, emotions flying, most people are afraid. And I don't mean that in a disparaging manner, right? Most people are afraid. Safety being number one. I'm not even talking about physically, but from the spiritual standpoint, again, it's the societal conditioning, right? The ones with the third eye activated, they fortify themselves spiritually in the traditional way through Ifa, Isheshe. If you are spiritually naked, instantaneously, fear, boom, will come into you. Because one thing they normally do back home is when criminals, doesn't matter if it's your mom, they have unscrupulously, they've spent your money, they've sold your land or your house, or they've sold your car, and they know you're coming for them. You've drawn battle lines. What comes to the head is how to get rid of you. When people start to hear about the matters, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, don't fight them. Feel it, but for long. They just let them take it. Don't. Hey, they're gonna, oh, hey, you did, they will kill you. Bro, not Phrankleen. It's the spiritual side of things. It instantaneously injects fear into the mind. Like, dude, don't fight them. Let it go. This is why I'm telling you, man, stay fortified. I'm not telling you I'm a superhuman, but if you take my land, if you like, you can have 10 horns. I'm coming. I'm agba. Jagun jagun le mi. I won't back down. You understand? That's why you got to fortify yourself. So there are adults watching. You should know what I'm saying. Oh, you know, bound with that song. There's something called around our vaccinations in the line of Ifa. Sheta. There's so many things. Oh, not Jesara. Because almost Sasir, they're going to spiritually aim at you. Oh, my bounce back. You've not seen where they aim at you spiritually. Now. It goes back. That person can be struck down with stroke. You just hear that, Lagbaja, this person, something happened, he didn't wake up. Oh, he woke up, he has a slurred speech now, he's paralyzed. What happened? What happened? He has stroke now. He was busy in the realms, aiming at you. You understand? But imagine if you're spiritually naked and you're going after that person, they will kill you off. That's I don't know. There are smart people watching me. You know what I'm saying. There are guiding principles. Nidi Sheshe. There are guiding principles in African spirituality. So if I'm going to take a matter before one of the gods, right? One of the deities called Eshu. Eshula Luo Giryoko. If you're going to take matters before, that's why there's a saying, if you're going to demand equity, come with what? Come with what? Come with clean hands. So, if you're going to go before Eshu, and by the way, Eshu is not the white man's devil. Don't mix it up, okay? These are the misconceptions we're trying to get rid of. It has nothing to do with that. Eshu brings justice, brings equity. So, if you're going to take those matters before, Eshu la luo giryoko. Eshu would deal with your matter with a blindfold on. I mean, the deity of Eshu doesn't work with bias. So if you yourself had done something unscrupulous regarding that land, you go collect. Judgment will hit you. If your hands are clean, so somebody is trying to aim at you. If you have a good Ifa priest, no don't share now. Me, I'm going guns blazing. I would take my land. Oh, I would take it, whatever it takes. So they might be aiming at me spiritually. They will knock themselves over. But if you're spiritually naked, what do you think is going to happen? They will kill you off. They will sabotage you. It's just the order of things. An evil man who knows he's in possession of something that belongs to you is not prepared to hand it back. They will go into the dark side of things. They will come after you. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And again, they said that this fear is like Chinese whisper. It's, spread across in our society. Oh, my bangwaja, I don't fight. I want war. And that's why. So say, for example, I have a parcel of land somewhere, and I was going to go on the land. All the boy said they might do something. They might put something on that land, whereby when you step on the land, your ability to walk or be healthy afterwards will be taken off you spiritually, right? Before you strike, I go before you fight. Ma die funny. By Kasa, by Kaudi. If I would tell you what to do, if Ifa says to me, lean back, don't make physical contact. I'm going to Lagbaja, fellow Shebai, but if Ifa says, do not, mighty law from afar, do this, Shebai, go before issue, do this, and you lean back, you pay attention. If you do otherwise, you may end up dead. You understand? That's the point I'm making. So when Ifa uncovers the fact that once you've been handled, you've been dealt with unscrupulously, then Ifa guides you, you're going to get the land. By themselves, they will hand over the land. You can't take what belongs to me. My Ifa name is Eniju Ifa Atwashi Eniju Ifa. You know what that means? So when it comes to injustice, yeah, me, I'm like a dog with a bone, man. I don't back down. I don't back down. I've been fighting England for 6 years. They're going to cave in. That's shade, Mario. I've been fighting the UK government 6 freaking years. The matter is in court. They cannot set a hearing date. It tells you all you need to know. 6 years. And Ifa has been very helpful. A lot of you don't know me more than you watch me on here. And a lot has been, they've tried me, man. They've tried to kidnap me. They've tried to get me killed. They've done all sorts. They've done all sorts. They've tried to kidnap me severally. Because I'm a diehard. They've done all sorts. So somebody says, who gave you that name? That name came out during the course of my full initiation. When you go through your Ifa initiation, you get a unique name. You get your Ifa name assigned to you because you know the Odu Ifa to Mwe Wasaye. So it's not like it's random. You just pick a name. You know, what name would you like? It doesn't work like that. It's all spiritual. And you do Ifa me. Atuashi. That's my Ifa name. Hey. Oh, listen, me. Yes. So if you aim at me, the battle is between. So I'm here, you're there, and you're trying to unscrupulously attack me. My hands are clean, right? So between you and I is Ifa. I'm talking spiritually. Ifa lo makpaeda no. Yeah. You get it? So láàrin èmi àti ẹ, Ifá wà láàrin wa. You can't subdue Ifá, ó máa pa ẹ́ dànù. So somebody like me, let me just give you a hint so that I can drop the shutters on this show. I'm not going to go into details. Somebody like me, Based on my Ifa initiation, I can't afford to deal with people unscrupulously. Mi ò lè ṣe báyìí. You get it? Orí tí mo gbé wáyé nìyẹn. I can't do this. Because even if I attempt to be shady, the repercussions for me will be severe. Do you understand? Oh, did you have to go back to Nigeria for your initiation and rites? Is it possible to learn more if we're in North America? Yeah, I went to Nigeria last year. Remember, I was in Nigeria for 3 months plus last year. That was when I did my full initiation. Ijade Ifami on the 22nd of July. It was quite an experience. If you want me to do a separate show where I talk about my journey through my initiation, let me know. You can leave your comments below. I'll do it. It's a way of life, though. It's brilliant. I'm growing, I'm learning. It's brilliant. There is a reason why they don't want us to align with the true energy, with our essence, with who we really are. There's a reason. Now I know better. I was in Ibadan last June. Oh, is that right? Yeah. So, hey, like I said, I'm going to say it again before I drop the shutters on the show now. If you are interested in Ifa divination and all that, send me an email. My email address is in the description, and there's about 7 or 8 people that have already paid now, and their work is ongoing. Please do share your journey. I'm interested in African spirituality. I will. Everybody watching me, your Ori is unique to you. There are supreme energies that are unique to you. People have a lot of dormant energies. Some people are just gracing this planet, wasting away. One of the best things that can happen to you is to be aligned with your Ori in this dispensation. What is it that you're called to do? That person that you are with, do you meditate? Not really. I don't. I spend quiet time with myself if I need to, but it's not like, Can a non-Yoruba person do Ifa divination? Is that allowed? Of course. There's no bias. There's no discrimination. Ori is like a DNA unique to the individual. Yes, thank you, Omani. The worst thing that can happen to a human being is to exist without alignment with who you're meant to be. I know who I'm meant to be. So when you see me say Phrankleen, the emancipator, you think I just say that for YouTube? No. No. I'm in alignment with my calling. You get it? I'll share more as we go, man. Isla, yep. If I widely practice in Cuba, Brazil, Mexico, and Caribbeans. Of course, they are practiced in Cuba, Brazil, Mexico, but if I them in practice, I practice it as it is in Yoruba land in the purest form of it. It's brilliant. You know, I can take a glass of water and I have to do what we call iwure. Ori mi ateteni, ori mi apesin, wa je mi nipo temi, èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá, èmi Oyèdèjì ọmọ lágbájá. Mo pè ọ́ lónìí, má kọ títí di sọ̀rọ̀ mi. Orí lẹja fi ń labú, jẹ́ kí n máa forí labú ayé já. Orí lọmọ ẹranko fi ń lajù, kí n máa forí lajù já. Ọ̀nà kì í dí mọ́ládà, ọ̀nà kò ní dí mọ́ mi, mo ṣe ń lọ lénìí. Ire owó, ire ayọ̀, ire àlàáfíà, ire àìkú baálé ọ̀rọ̀. àmì ìkórìíra kó kúrò nínú ìgbésí ayé mi. Ẹni lápò ẹran méjì kó fún mi nìkan, ẹni lápò owó méjì kó fún mi nìkan. Ajé wá fayé mi ṣe bùjókòó. Jẹ́ n máa rí bá ti ṣe, jẹ́ n máa rọ́nà gbégbà. Ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ afọkọ́yẹrí alápò oore wá máa lálẹ̀ o. Kó máa hu ire Fẹ́mi Oyèdèjì látòní lọ. Ohun tí n bá dáwọ́lé lórí kó máa yọrí sí rere. Kémi ó máa rí bá ti ṣe, kí n máa rọ́nà gbégbà. Kọ́wọ́ mi má kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò. Kọ́mọ aráyé má ṣe yègèdè mi. You understand? It goes deeper. And I can say that into a glass of water early in the morning. And the practice of Ifa goes deeper than that. Isn't that brilliant? That I can put my hand on my head and I can speak to my being, my essence. You understand? Kí n máa rí bá ti ṣe, kémi ó máa rọ́nà gbégbà. Èmi lágbájá, ọmọ lágbájá. Àṣẹ mọ́nàmọ́ná báyìí ń bẹ lẹ́nu ọ̀ká. Àṣẹ oòrùn lòrùn fi ń ràn. Àṣẹ iná báyìí òun ni iná fi ń jó. Ojúmọ́ ìmọ́kọ́yẹ́ ò má là. Ọ̀nà kì í dí má ládàá. Ọ̀nà kò ní dí mẹ́mi lágbájá, ọmọ lágbájá. Jẹ́ kémi ó máa rí bá ti ṣe, kí n máa rọ́nà gbégbà. Gbogbo bí tí n bá wọ̀ kó máa fi tìfẹ́tìfẹ́. Kó máa fi bá mi ṣe. Tó máa ṣe ń gbọ́ mi, kọ́mọ aráyé máa fà mí mọ́ra. Ire níwájú, ire lọ́tún, ire lósì, ire lójú oorun, ire lọ́jọ́ gbogbo. Ire lójú oorun, ire lójú ayé. Ire ni ṣá ire. Ọwọ́ mi ò ní kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò. Mi ní kó sáráyé lọ́wọ́. Mi ní bọ́ sọ́wọ́ agbénipa. Mi ní bọ́ sọ́wọ́ ajínigbé. You dig? Àdúrà wa gbà. So I try small, abi. Ire ni ṣá ire. So yeah, that's me done for tonight. Ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ́, ní bọ́ sọ́wọ́. Àdúrà yín á gbà. Ọ̀nà kì í dí mọ́ aládàá. That means the one with a cutlass. The road, if you have a cutlass, the road, your path can never remain blocked. Orílẹ̀-èdè fi ń labú, kémi máa forí labú ayé já. Orí lọmọ ẹranko fi ń lajù, kí n máa forí lajù já. Ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ afọkọ́yẹrí alápò oore wá máa lálẹ̀ o. Kó máa hu ire Fẹ́mi Oyèdèjì látòní lọ. So even if you have to do an etutu, like, oh, you've got to venerate, say, the deity of issue. You've got to venerate Ogun. Ogun gives victory, right? So a proper priest, and then once they do your divination, this is what the veneration requires. We need to buy this and this and this. What die for fun? Kí ló ń di ẹ lọ́nà? Ẹ̀dákẹ́dá tá a bí nínú obìnrin tí ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń gbaná oṣù ara ẹ̀ kọjá tó bá ń porúkọ èmi lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá ní ibi, kí àjálù kó bá a, kí ojú inú àti tìta wọn kó fọ́, kí Ògún lákayé o, olómi ńlé fẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ̀, òláṣọ ńlé fi mọ̀kímọ̀ bóra bí aṣọ, kí Ògún kó fẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn wẹ̀. Ẹ̀dá tó bá porúkọ èmi Oyèdèjì ọmọ olúwa lágbájá ọmọ lágbájá, you get, tó porúkọ mi níbi, kí ibi kó bá wọn, kí àjálù kó bá wọn. Ẹ̀dá tó bá lóṣó ti ọ̀rọ̀ èmi Oyèdèjì ọmọ lágbájá, orí ìlóṣó yẹn ni kájálù ti bá yín kẹ́ kú sí. Ire ni ṣá ire. Ọ̀nà kì í dí má ládàá, ọ̀nà kò ní dí mẹ́mi o. Gbogbo èyí tí mo wí lẹ́ni, kí àrọ̀kórọ̀ ọmọ káṣẹ kó gùn kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ire o. So that's me done. If you don't speak Yoruba, forgive me. You know, it's Yoruba and it's, I hope, I've tried a little bit. So that's it, man. It's brilliant. Ẹni tó bá ro ibi sáwa, tó bá porúkọ àwa níbi, àjálù máa bá ẹni, Ògún ló máa fẹ́ jẹ́ wẹ̀, Ògún ló máa pa ẹ́ dànù. You cram that. I didn't cram anything, man. It's my way of life, man. It's a way of life, man. There's even more. It goes deeper than that, man. There's still a lot to learn. Anyway, that's me done. May Ifa guide you. Ifa be with you. Pave way for you. Wherever you're getting your daily bread, anybody that stands in your way, you know, to cause you roadblock, may the universe fight for you. and evacuate and absolutely obliterate them. I mean, whatever you do, try your best to have clean hands. You understand? May the universe always fight your corner. Okay? So anyone with negative intentions or preconceived notions designed to shame you, designed to rob you of your daily bread, designed to rob you of your human existence, may Ogun fight on your behalf. May Ifa fight on your behalf. Obliterate them before you even know it. May you prosper in all of your every areas of your life. That's me done. If you're interested in divination, like I said, bang me an email. And yeah, thank you. Send me your stories to foodchannel1960@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, as it's spelled on YouTube. I appreciate you. If you don't speak Yoruba, forgive me. You know, it's my mother tongue. And it rolls off the tongue better when we're doing Iwure and all these things. So from me, thank you. And I'll definitely catch you in the very next one. Peace and